Hello there, welcome back to Beauty Bee and welcome to my May update for my Project Pan 2022. I'm doing this 22 in 2022 style, so there are quite a few products to talk about this month, and I actually have some really good progress to show for this past month. So let's start though with an item that I'm actually going to be decluttering. This is from The Ordinary. This is the AHA 30% plus BHA 2% peeling solution. And in the past, I have actually really liked this. I think it is one of those rare treatments where you actually do see results when you use it. Like, you use this in the evening, the next morning, your skin does feel softer. I think it does look just a little bit brighter, a little bit, I don't want to say younger, but kind of. But this is an AHA mask, an AHA peel, and I've been really sensitive to the sun recently, and I'm trying to get that figured out, but I just can't do this kind of product right now. Anything that's going to increase sun sensitivity, so retinol and AHAs and to some extent vitamin C, all three of those ingredients are pretty much out, and this is now past I think this is a 12-month product. Yes, it's past the 12 months. I've owned this for, well, just over a year, so we're only barely past the 12-month mark, but I would be okay using this on myself, but I'm not good with passing this off to another person after the expiration date. So unfortunately, this is just going to be decluttered, but it is actually a nice mask. It really did work for me at the time. I just really cannot deal with the sun right now, and anything that's going to increase sensitivity is a huge no. Let's move now to another The Ordinary product that I got at the same time. This is the Argireline solution, 10%. And here is where I was in last month's update, kind of. I remember saying in that video that I was actually below where I'd marked it, and that it should look like I made a huge amount of progress in April. And I think that is part of my huge progress for April. I also did actually use this really consistently over the past month. I would say that I used this most evenings and some mornings. So that's probably the best that I have ever really done with any kind of extra skincare step. And I do think that it helps with the wrinkles that are kind of starting to form on my forehead. So I am really happy with this product, and I want to continue using it regularly, both for the positive effects that it has and for finishing it in this project, because it's kind of amazing just how slowly this goes down even with consistent use. There are two products in this miscellaneous category that I just made no progress on whatsoever, to the point where I didn't even feel that it was worthwhile to get them out of my bathroom. These are the OGX coconut serum, which is like an anti-breakage serum for the hair, and the Pantene heat protectant. I used both of them maybe once in the month, maybe 0 times in the past month. I am terrible about using both of those products, and even when I do use them, 5, 6, 7 times over the month, I see almost no progress. So I have no idea how I think I'm going to finish those this year, but I'm still holding out hope. Kind of. Not really. Anyway, the last item in my miscellaneous category is also probably the single most exciting item of this entire update. This is the Oscar de la Renta and Blanca perfume. I got this through Influencer. I like the scent. It has definitely grown on me as I have owned it, but it's still not something that I would have ever picked for myself. But it's gone. So I was tracking it along the side. Here's where I was at the beginning, then at, I want to say, the February update, maybe I was there. Maybe the March update. At the April update, I was down to here. I know there was a month where I couldn't mark it and I can't remember what it was. But anyway, I think that I did use a little bit more than I usually would in a month because I was really focused on finishing this. I knew that I was getting close, but I also think that the product didn't actually go all the way to the bottom. You can see there's a little bit of a concavity to the bottom, and I think there's actually some pretty thick ceramic at the bottom as well. But I can still get stuff to spritz. Like there are these, well, maybe I can't anymore. There are still these really weak little spritzes, but it's gone. So I am happy to be able to move this one out, and I'm happy to finally have an empty that isn't in one of the categories that I'm replacing. Like, we are actually moving down from the 22 products in this project at this point, which is very exciting for me. Next, move to face products. I don't have a whole lot of progress to show in this area. First up, we have this Mega Glow Hello Halo highlighter from Wet n Wild, and I still don't know where I am. I don't think I used this more than maybe twice in the past month, and we discussed, I think in the last update, that though I had marked it down here at the beginning of the project, I thought that I was actually like right at this black line at the top. Currently, it looks like I have made significant negative progress in this product, but I'm just going to keep using it, and maybe my goal will have to be for this product to just figure out how much is in here. It's not a very exciting goal, but oh well. It's a cream product, so I do want to use it. Got this on sale from the Wet n Wild site, so I don't know how old it was when I got it. So I want to use it up sooner rather than later, or at least get my use out of it relatively soon, because I'd be really bummed if it just went bad on me after being neglected in my collection. I have 4 powder cheek products to talk about. The first is my It Cosmetics by Pores powder, I think. I got rid of the packaging on this a long time ago, so I may well have just been calling it the entirely wrong name this entire year, but I'm pretty sure it's at least from It Cosmetics. And as you can see, I do have some pretty significant pan in there. I will have to take a look at the comparison photo to see if it has noticeably increased. My gut instinct is that it probably has, but I really don't remember. Next up, we have my Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer. This is a deluxe size, and my goal is to finish it. In last month's update, I had hit pan, and this time around, I think I have expanded the pan somewhat. I haven't actually taken my comparison photos yet, so I'm not 100% sure. But additionally, I can just kind of start to see the second set of rings in this product. So I think I'm doing a decent job of thinning it out across the product, not just forming a dip right in this very center portion. So that's good. I'm just happy to see any progress with a bronzer, honestly. I'm working on 2 blushes in this project. The first one is from Bare Minerals, and my goal with this one is just to hit pan. I am wearing this today on the apples of my cheeks as well as across my nose, and there is a dip. I don't think it's a dip you'll be able to see, but I am certain now that there is a dip going. I was looking at my sheet, and I've used this like 77 times, and I mean, this is a mini, and there's just a little bit of a dip. Why do I even try to pan blush? Oh, maybe it's because sometimes I actually make really good progress on blushes, like this one. This is a Wet n Wild Rosé Champagne blush that I've pressed into my Physicians Formula All-Star Face Palette. And look at that. not only have we expanded the 2 little pans that were here before, I think this might be new, and then I've added some pan in the center area. I'm wearing this as well. I'm wearing it over really my temples, my cheeks, my nose, all the way up to my other temple. Words are difficult, but yeah, I'm making good progress. I'm seeing lots of new little pans. I'm a little bit worried that I might have to repress this somewhat soon in order to avoid losing product. I found in the past that once I start to develop these multiple pans, sometimes the product in between will start to fall out, and I don't really want that to happen, but I also don't really want to repress it because clearly I'm not the world's greatest represser. So, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But for now, I'm just really excited to have a good amount of progress on a blush. I find that really, really exciting. Let's talk about lip products now. I have 2 categories of lip products that I just roll in a new one every time I finish one, and they are a lip balm. In this case, I'm using a lip mask from Seraphine Botanicals. Here is where I was when I rolled this in, which would have been the March update. In the April update, I'd moved down to here, and though I have used this a handful of times in the past month, I don't really feel like I can make a new mark. I mean, I think I could mark it just below where I had it at last month, but that doesn't really seem worthwhile to me. I have really been enjoying my Bath & Body Works lip oil. I've been using that a lot more than this, and I am absolutely flying through that thing. So I think I'm going to be back to this relatively soon. Hopefully not by the end of the month, because that would be going through that product way too fast, but probably pretty soon after that. The other product is a lip gloss, and this is the one I am currently working on. This is from Kiko, and I don't remember what this is called. This is their Pop Revolution lip gloss in the shade 5. When I rolled it into this project in last month's update, I was just below this silver band, right at the green line, and now I'm at the pink line. So I haven't made a whole lot of progress in the past month, but I have made some progress, and honestly, it's a glittery orange lip gloss, so any progress I'm really happy with. And I think I can actually make a little bit more progress right now because this is kind of exactly how I've been using this product, is just to touch up my lipstick throughout the day when I'm wearing something that's reddish or orangish. So I think this is something that I will get a lot of good use out of this summer. I definitely reach for reds and oranges more during summer than springtime, which probably isn't that surprising to anyone. I also have 4 lipsticks that I'm working on, all with the intent to finish. 2 of them are Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks. I have the shades Sassy Mauve, which is right here, and there's what that lipstick is currently looking like. And I have Secret Club. Here's a comparison of those. I've been just a little bit further ahead with Secret Club the entire year than I have been with Sassy Mauve, but I have been using them both pretty regularly. I didn't bother to count how many times I used them this month, but I would guess that I probably used Secret Club maybe 4 times and Sassy Mauve 3-ish times. And my goal was really to focus on Secret Club. Clearly that didn't really happen, but hopefully when I take my comparison photos, I will be able to see a little bit of progress in each of those tubes. I also have 2 mini lipsticks that I am trying to finish. The first is from Pat McGrath. This is the shade Executive Realness. And this is another lipstick that I was trying to focus on this month. And again, we will see if I made any visible progress in it. I think I probably did. I want to say that I used this at least 2 to 3 times, and with this lipstick, even one use, I can sometimes see progress. So that should be good. The other lipstick that I have to work on is Dead Roses from ABH. Here is what that is currently looking like. I have actually used this, I would guess, maybe 2 times in the past month. I assume that this color, which is a little bit deeper, a little bit more mauve nude, I will probably get more use out of in the fall and into the winter. So it doesn't worry me that I'm not making great progress on this so far. But I am glad that I am at least using it every once in a while during this first part of the year, because I don't want to have to finish this entirely in the month of November, you know? So that is it for lip products. Now let's move to eyeshadow. The first shade is another declutter, unfortunately, but we knew this one was coming. This is from e.l.f. It is their liquid glitter in the shade 24 Karat Gold. I had to pull out the stopper, I want to say right after the March update, I think. I don't know. Anyway, it's just dried out on me. I tried to use this yesterday and it's a flaky mess, so I will be tossing this, but I did get to a point where I needed to remove the stopper to get more product out, so I'm happy with the amount that I was able to use. I just wish that I had gotten a handful more uses on it over the past month or two to just feel like I had come closer to emptying it rather than more or less decluttering it. Anyway, so there's one item out of this project. The next eyeshadow piece that I'm working on is this Maybelline Seti Mini palette. This is the Matte About Town colorway. And I am working on 2 shades in this palette. I'm working on this pink and this cream shade. First of all, I love the little face that I have going on in this palette. He just looks so dismayed. And I think that he was looking pretty similar last month. I think I have expanded this pan slightly, and I know that I've used this shade a couple of times, but I don't know that there's really visible progress on it. Anyway, I just like this little guy. I don't even care if I really make a whole lot of progress as long as he's still there. The next product is another palette. This is the NYX Ultimate Utopia. I am working on 2 shades in this palette. The first is this purple, which I have the goal just to hit pan on. And there is a dip there. It's a very small dip. However, I think you can actually start to see it. It's right in the center. It's there. I currently have a pretty deep purple in my Pam's eyeshadows that I've been focusing on a little bit more, but you know what? I think I'm at like 5 or 6 uses out of my 10 on that, and once I've hit that, I will move back to this deep purple shade and hopefully hit pan sooner rather than later. This is the 2nd year that I've been working on the shade. The other shade I actually have hit goal on. It was this peach. I said in my last update that I knew I was close, and I was right. It took me 1 more use to hit pan, and when I hit pan, it was actually a pretty significant amount. I was very, very close on that shade. So there's 2 eyeshadows that'll be moving out of the project this month, and possibly the most exciting is the 3rd eyeshadow that's going to be moving out. This once held a Wet n Wild purple shade that I had repressed from their Petalette quad, and it's gone. I use this as blush sometimes. I used it in my crease more often. I don't think I used it as a blush in the past month though. I think I just used it in my crease maybe 5 or 6 times. There was not a whole lot left in my last update, but I was able to empty it out. So I moved out 3 eyeshadows for my project this month. That means that I only have 3 that I am currently working on. So the deep purple from NYX, that sort of cream shade from Maybelline, and the pink from Maybelline. I think I will likely end up adding some eyeshadows in maybe the July update. We'll have to see. I'm not really sure what I want to do with that because I don't want to overload myself. But at the same time, I really enjoy panning eyeshadows. I think they're one of the more fun things to see in an update. So, I don't know. I will probably end up adding a shade or 2. Looking over my checklist of my products for this project, of the original 22 products that I brought into this project, I have now used up or decluttered 7. Now, 2 of those have been replaced, meaning that I am down 5 products total from where I started, and I'm now working on just 17 products. Just 17 products, you know, no biggie. Anyway, I'm really happy with my progress this month. I think this has definitely been my best month so far, but I'm hoping that that momentum will kind of continue. I feel like we're getting to that point in the year where I've made enough progress on quite a few different products that it just feels like I'm hitting goals more often, rather than just feeling like I'm using especially powder products almost every day and not seeing any progress the way it often feels at the beginning of these project pans. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. You might like it around here. I do quite a few project pans. Thanks again for watching, and I really hope that I will see you all next time. Happy panning!